Very excited about today's webinar. Sorry that I sent out the reminder email so early, but I'm glad to see that you guys have all hopped on now. We do have a minute before we start the show, so I'm just going to play some Tahitian music for you, and we'll get started soon. Well, good day and welcome to Travel2 Trip Working for You. Today we are going to be talking about Tahiti. So I'd like to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day today to be here with us to learn a little bit more about the SPM properties and the Conrad as well. Now, sadly, our representatives from those properties will not be with us today as they are hosting the tourism exchange in Tahiti right now. So we definitely do still have their presentations and we're ready to review them. And I am very happy to say that Andrew Bartholomew is on the line today as well. I know some of you were wanting to hear from him on one of our newest webinars. So he is here to help us out, which is great. And he'll be featuring the SPM properties in a little bit. But before we start reviewing those properties, for those of you that are new on the line today, just a few quick slides on how Travel2 is positioned in the market. Now, we are part of a much larger organization called Hello World. That is our parent company, and it owns multiple brands. Now, in the U.S., all 4 brands are prominent. You've got Qantas Vacations, Travel2, Islands in the Sun, and Insider Journeys. So in the U.S., under Qantas Vacations is our Australia product with Qantas Airlines. Travel2 is your B2B, so your business-to-business solution, 100% focused on the advisor community, selling the South Pacific and Asia. The Islands in the Sun brand is our luxury island resorts for Tahiti, Fiji, Cook Islands, Maldives, Bali, and Thailand, and Queensland, Australia as well. And Insider Journeys is our small group Southeast Asia experiences off the beaten path, where clients are in a group of a maximum of 16 people. So a really great personal experience. Now in Canada, it looks a little different. In Canada, we've streamlined the business to be under Travel2. So you can get all of our luxury islands under Travel2 as well as Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. Of course, we do have our Insider Journeys brand for your small group Southeast Asia experiences, but your Travel2 is your business-to-business solution in Canada. We have not fully launched Qantas Vacations here in Canada as of yet, but we will let you know when that happens and how that's going to look. But until then, everything is done under Travel2 from Canada. Meet our team. We've got a whole slew of people on the ground ready to help you out. So we've got Justine Littlelow, our VP of Sales and Marketing. And for those of you in the U.S. online, you will probably be familiar with those faces on the screen. Janie Hall, Ward Reed, and Andrew Bartholomew, all looking after the USA, and myself here in Canada. Travel2 is a full-service wholesaler, so we do have an air consolidation desk if you're looking for a quick net over the phone. We have all the right airline contracts in place for you, and we're happy to quote you in USD or CAD for our Canadians on the line today. Don't forget we can handle groups and special events as well. Now, it's very important when you are looking at putting a group together that you get in touch with your representative at Travel2, whether it be myself, Janie, Andrew, or Ward, and just to review what it is that you're looking to do, how you're going to be marketing it, because we're going to be able to give you advice on how these destinations are best marketed in the group space. We also like to get very much involved in your marketing efforts as well. So anything we can do to help, we're happy to do that, keeping in mind that groups are a minimum of 10 people. The destinations we cater to, we are a niche operator, so we look after Australia, New Zealand, French Polynesia, Fiji, Cook Islands, Asia, and we have now just added the Maldives as well. So very excited about that, and it is online with us. So if you want to hop onto the Travel2 site, you'll see a beautiful little brochure in our brochure section that you can actually email out to clients. Just a quick reminder to everybody to pay very close attention. Just like the rest of our webinars, we will ask you some pop questions at the end of this presentation. So we want to make sure that you're paying close attention to the slides and the presentation on the properties, because that's where the questions are going to lie. So just keep that in mind. And I might throw a quick little question in there about Travel2 as well. So keep that in mind, and not to forget, on the right side of your screen, there's a panel there. So if you have any questions, you can just drop them into the question box. And when the Starbucks coffee cards come up, I will let you know when to get ready to answer those questions. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Andrew Bartholomew, who's on the line with us right now, and he is going to tell you all about the SPM properties. Andrew? Are you on the line?
Thanks, Leah. Hi, everyone. I know it's been a while since I've been online, but it's great to be back and chat with everybody. So yeah, as Leah mentioned, I will be covering the SPM properties down in Tahiti today. So have I got control, Leah? Yep. Okay, cool. So South Pacific Management is a local Tahitian-owned company. So their properties reflect that definitely in their Tahitian service, Tahitian flair, look and feel as well. Whoops. All right, so starting off with the Manava Suite Hotel on the island of Tahiti. Really greatly located, super close to the airport, so it's great for stopovers. Also not far into the main part of town as well. So as you can see on this map, it's over here. Main part of town is just the other side of the airport, down along here. So it's very easy to get in, to do your shopping, to go to any of the restaurants, the roulottes, which are the food trucks, all that kind of stuff, and also easy for touring and that sort of thing. Great hotel, right on the water. They've got a great swimming pool there. Also, the boardwalk that goes out into the lagoon, so you can swim off their little man-made beach there and do some snorkeling and that sort of stuff. Really nice place to relax. The good thing about this hotel is, yes, it is a very Tahitian, but a modern Tahitian feel. Really nice rooms, quite a large property. So we have actually had some groups that stay at this property as well. Another good thing about it is they are self-contained. So if you do have clients that are looking for, their own area to make coffee in the morning or make breakfast, or even if they want to make a full meal, they can. They have a kitchenette in there, which is fully equipped, so they can go ahead and do that. There's a supermarket across the street as well, so if they want to go and stock up, they can do that, no problem. However, obviously there is a restaurant there as well, so they don't have to cook themselves. Great restaurant there, and of course a bar with a nice outlook across to Moorea. So speaking of Moorea, jumping across now, Manava Beach Resort in Moorea. It's actually one of my favorite properties on Moorea because it's quite small. It's about a 4-star, I think, but it's just very small, intimate, easy to get around. As you can see, that aerial shot covers the entire resort. Another good thing about it is you can walk into town from there. So it's about a 5-minute walk, not even. And again, there's supermarket, there's souvenir shops, there's, a couple of restaurants, all within easy walking distance of the property. So that's just another aerial view of the garden pool bungalows across to the overwater bungalows. This property does have rooms as well. So if I just go back a couple of slides, you can see at the very back of the property, the room blocks there. So if you do have people that are a little bit more budget conscious, but want to get out onto the island, a good place to start, they can go into the hotel rooms there. Still very nice, great views across the resort to the ocean. They do have 2-story loft type rooms as well. So again, great for families if you do have any families traveling down that way. There you go. There you can see the 2 single beds downstairs, and then the master bedroom with a king size bed is upstairs. One of my favorite things about this resort is the garden pool bungalows. So what I like to do setting up an itinerary for Tahiti is, if they're going to do Moorea and Bora, I would do the garden pool bungalows in Moorea and save the overwater bungalows for Bora. Really cool, really private. You get your own little pool, obviously, as you can see, and then it's a really great experience to have your own little area. Property does also have beach bungalows. There's only a handful of them, so they're quite hard to come by. But again, the beach, as you can see, this is a busy time at the beach, so there's nobody on it at all. Just a couple of people on their own deck, so you practically have your own private beach. And again, the overwater bungalows. I mean, you can't go wrong with an overwater bungalow no matter where you are, to be honest. Really nice, very Tahitian feel. Snorkel, swim right off your deck. They do have the Tahitian TV, as you can see there, which is the glass hole in the floor, so you can watch the fish at night. As you can see, very Tahitian feel. One restaurant on property here. As I said, there are a couple down the street as well, so you do have a few options. Really decent food, decent price as well. This is their pool, which is an infinity pool out to the ocean. And yes, you can dive, so it is quite deep in that part. And it gradually goes right up to the beach area as well. Another shot of the pool there. They do have a bar. Obviously, this picture was set up for the photo because you can't really have glass that close to a pool. But definitely have a pool bar. They come and serve you drinks in the water and all that kind of stuff. It's a great property. Lounge bar at night. They do have private romance options. So if you did want a private dinner, they can set that up down on the beach away from everywhere. They have a couple of sites that they use. So it'll just be you. Again, weddings, they can organize that there. It is legal for US to get married in Tahiti now. It is still quite complicated because there's a lot of transferring to and from French to English, that sort of stuff. So we kind of recommend to do it here and have the ceremony down there. But if they really want to do the whole thing down there, they definitely can. The Manava Beach Resort will organize it all for them. And they can have traditional Tahitian wedding, traditional European or American wedding, however they prefer, they can organize it for you. Great spa at the property as well. I have experienced it myself, so I can vouch for that. And yeah, just a few shots of the nice pool, all that sort of stuff. Another good thing about where it's located is being close to town. It has access to a lot of activities. So if your clients do want to rent a scooter or a car to go around the island, it's very easy to do so. There's desks in the property, but there's also very close, convenient to walk to town for other options as well. All the tours pick up from the property as well. They have a lot of arts and crafts things going on. So this is the Pareja painting. They also have necklace making and wood carving and all that sort of stuff. So they really can experience the Tahitian culture firsthand. Lots of water activities, of course, being on the water. Free paddleboarding is in their little lagoon within the lagoon. So if you want to learn how to do it, this is a good place to do it. It's very calm and shallow as well. So you can jump off quickly if you lose your balance before you head out to the main lagoon. They do have a dive center as well. And as I mentioned, there's lots of touring options available and they all pick up from the property. Okay, so heading up to Tikihau now. This is a very different, very unique property. So when you see the whole Bora, Moorea, Tahiti with the beautiful dramatic green mountains, Tiki Hau is a complete atoll, so all you have is the ring around the lagoon, which is quite unique. Definitely a great place to go if your clients want to escape, get off the grid, because it is very remote. It's the only thing on the island, as you can see. I mean, there's a few villages, but not in this particular section. So they're definitely going to be very isolated, but it's very flat, very different terrain, as well as different snorkeling and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, it's from that picture, you get kind of the best of both worlds. You can have the ocean side and the lagoon side, so you get a bit of differentiation there as well. This property has beach bungalows available, which is a very, very traditional Tahitian feel, which I kind of like, because if you're in the islands, it's nice to be somewhere that feels unique to that part of the world. As I said, it's just about getting off the grid. Great snorkeling right off your overwater bungalows. Again, traditional feel of the overwater bungalows as well. This is something that's quite cool, which you can only get if you're in an overwater bungalow, and it's a canoe breakfast. So they come all dressed in their traditional gear on a canoe to bring you breakfast in the morning to your overwater bungalow, something I highly recommend doing if you're down in the islands. As you can see, the suite's slightly bigger. They have a bit of a lounge room, but again, that great Tahitian traditional feel. Their beach villas are a little bit newer, beautiful, have your own private pool as well, while also in your own private section of the beach. So just a little added extra luxury there. Again, they have a bar there. Not a lot of options outside, well, no options outside of the resort, so you're kind of limited to what's there, but they do have a really great restaurant, really great food, and well-priced bar as well. So Tiki Hau, again, is quite unique because it is a bird sanctuary, so see some different birds that you're not going to see normally. Again, great snorkeling and all that sort of stuff. There's still a spa there, which is always great. Again, similar to the other properties, they do organise the weddings as well. This is another product which SPM looks after as well. Humana Cruises, they've relaunched probably about a year ago, completely gutted and redone the ship, and they do small cruising, so 3 nights, as you can see, between Bora and Tahiti. Amazing ship, kind of feels like you're on your own private yacht. So as you can see, there's only 12 cabins. All of them are outside cabins, so you're guaranteed to have a window, that sort of stuff. And it's a very chic, modern, luxurious feel, with a bit of a Tahitian flair as well. Really nice option. As I said, makes you feel like you're on your own private yacht with a group of friends, that sort of stuff. Also, being quite a small ship, you get to know everybody on board pretty well. And it's just a really nice, high-end way to see a few different parts of the lagoons, a few different islands, and get a taste of cruising throughout French Polynesia. But yeah, it's a really great product. Again, they can organise some of the excursions. You can go and meet the stingrays, which is quite an experience. Again, something that everybody has to do when they're down there. They come right up to you like that, and you can pat them and feed them and all that kind of stuff. Very unique experience to the islands. They have kayaks on board, so when you get to a secluded cove, you can jump on one of those and go exploring, no problem. All the water sports, again, paddleboarding, snorkeling, all that sort of stuff. Again, being on a cruise, being on a small cruise, only maximum, 24 passengers, they can go and get into areas that the bigger ships can't get to, so you're going to be kind of on your own in these untouched areas. So that's the kind of places you'll go. They'll set up beach picnics, as you can see there, in the water, which is a great experience. They have a bar that they bring out on a surfboard to you, so you can have a drink while you're actually floating around in the water. They'll organise excursions to pearl farms, vanilla plantations, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool, unique product for sure. That's a nice photo of the crew. So again, very small, very intimate. You get to know them all pretty well. They all do, different things. They're all going to be part of the dance crew, as well as your chef or your waiter and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. With the Humana Cruise, it's a really great product. So I highly recommend that one as well. Back to you, Leia.
Thank you so much, Andrew. That was awesome. It's always nice to have a quick overview of some of the properties that are available out there. And before we jump into the Conrad in Bora Bora, Andrew pointed something out that was a takeaway that I think is very important. He was showcasing the garden bungalows in Moorea with the plunge pools. Now, everybody wants to go to Tahiti, but not everybody can afford Tahiti. So a good way to sell it is to do a dual destination, so dual islands like Moorea and Bora Bora, and do the garden bungalow in Moorea and leave the overwater bungalows for the wow experience at the end in Bora Bora. It's a great cost saver. Now, if you're dealing with honeymooners, there's another way to sell it as well, is that the first stop in Moorea, being in a garden bungalow with plunge pool, they're very, very private. They're more private than even the overwater bungalows, because overwater bungalows, you can see all the bungalows on the water. Where the garden bungalows, you can't see anything. They're either fenced in with gardens or have a natural garden fence around it as well. So it's a very private way to start off your honeymoon experience. Now we're going to zip over to Bora Bora, the Conrad. Now, this is one of the most blissful and luxurious properties in Bora Bora. It's been recently completely refurbed within the last 2 years, so it has a complete fresh new look on it and unparalleled views. Now, it is situated on a motu called Motu Tuapua, and it's down on this side of it here. There's only one other resort on this motu, which is up here. So it's actually quite private, an area, and it's right on the corner of it. It has beautiful views looking back over to Mount Otomanu. Now, clients, what you're going to do is you're going to fly them from whatever island they're at prior to Bora Bora, fly them to Bora Bora. The airport is on its own little stretch of motu right here. And what's going to happen is your clients are going to board their own little boat that is only going to their property, and they're going to travel all the way around to the Conrad Bora Bora, where they're met on arrival, and every client gets a personal check-in. So it's a great personalized way to see this property. There's to arrive at the property. There's 114 villas, and they're all on their own private motu, as I was saying earlier. So really great option. They do have a main beach, and you can see some of the beach bungalows back here that set out onto the beach. Now, for your cost savers, there are some options. There's the King Horizontal View Villa, which looks down over the bungalows. You've also got the Lagoon View Suite, which is a little bit bigger than the last one I just showed you, and the King Pool Villa, which gives them their own little plunge pool as well. Then of course, there's the overwater villas. Now, this is what most of your travelers are going to want. Some do have plunge pools, some do not. So the overwater villas, they are a king bed with beautiful views over the ocean. They're about 1,240 square feet, so very, very large in size. And then, like I said, some have private pools as well. Because honestly, it's funny enough, some people that travel out to Tahiti actually don't get into the lagoons. They go into their plunge pools in the pools. Can you believe that? To me, that's crazy. I want to jump right into the lagoon, but some people like to have both options or just this option. Totally up to them. Now, this is what the bathroom looks like in these villas. So unbelievably huge. Like I said, over 1,200 square feet. So a very expansive accommodation. And next to their plunge pool, too, they have a bit of a hammock to sunbathe in. So a really nice little option there. And then, of course, they can jump into the lagoon at any time. Very romantic option, and it's a great way to end your Tahitian experiences by having your clients do their wow in Bora Bora. Now, if you have high-end clients, there are 2 presidential pool villas at the end of the pier. You can see they are massive. These are some of the largest properties in Bora. They have 2 master suites. Everything has a view over the ocean. There are plunge pools as well. And like Andrew was saying earlier, a great way to give somebody a unique dining experience is to have the canoe deliver breakfast and set up on their sun deck. So a really nice little option for clients there. Now, there are several restaurants on site. Of course, their main restaurant is where most of their buffets are going to happen. They've got a wine bar as well, which is great to have a cocktail at night. There is a pool bar, swim-up pool bar, and then the beach grill as well, which is a very unique buffet experience. They also do Polynesian oven. Now, this is not on the daily, but they do this throughout the week, so it's a great option for lunch. There are plenty of lounge areas for your clients to relax in, just in case it might be drizzling a little bit. They can pop into a lounge, enjoy a drink, read a book, totally up to them. There is a Chinese restaurant on site as well, so if they want something other than the buffet, there are options. There are also romantic spots throughout the property where meals can be set up for your honeymooners or your romance couples. There is a private motu called Motu Tapu, which is just off of the resort, just a quick little boat transfer out here, and they can actually set up a lunch for your clients out here as well. So that's a very nice and intimate dining experience for your clients. And of course, they can have the day out on the motu, just exploring, taking in the sun, and enjoying that crystal blue water. Plenty of water activities available around the resort for free. There are paddle sessions as well for those who are not sure how to paddle, but of course, if they want to take out their own paddle board, they can do that as well. So lots of water activities available for your clients at the Conrad. Now, there is a bi-weekly Polynesian show. I have not seen a calendar as to exact what dates this is set on, but when you do book your clients, we can always ask when that will be so that they can be prepared to take in some beautiful culture that evening. If you have a family traveling, there is a kids club, so if mom and dad want to get away for a little bit, their kids are very well looked after, and they actually learn a lot at the resort as well about the ecosystem. There are actually little classes that they take and learn about stuff. So it really is a great babysitting type of experience. There is a mini putt. So again, you've got families, or anybody really likes mini putt, but families do love it as well. That is on site. If anybody wants to stay fit while they're traveling, there is a fitness center. And like I said, if there's a bit of a drizzle out there, there are plenty of opportunities or areas where your clients can sit back, relax, and enjoy. If they want to take in a game of pool, play a game of cards, or just enjoy a glass of port, they can do that as well. Now, one of my favorites, of course, is the spa. So there are plenty of spa treatments available at Conrad that your clients can indulge in, and they can have outdoor spas as well with those beautiful ocean breezes over them. Makes for an amazing treatment. Or if they want to do a couples treatment, they can do that as well. It's also a hilltop spa, so it has beautiful sweeping views over the property. A great spot for a sunset as well. So if you want to book in your clients for a late spa treatment so they can sit up there and enjoy a glass of champagne while the sun sets, they can do that as well. It's a beautiful property for a wedding, and there is a chapel on site that your clients can get married in. They can have a traditional wedding, excuse me, or a Polynesian wedding, completely up to your clients. But it is an absolutely beautiful property, and if your clients are looking to go to Bora Bora, I would highly recommend that you consider quoting this for your clients as well. Now, as far as marketing for Tahiti, we have a few things on site right now that you can download. But keep in mind that our new romance program comes out in January, and it goes from January to the end of April. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. So on our advisor site, the marketing toolkits are right here, and this is really where you're going to find your microsites and your flyers. So if I'm going to backtrack this for a second. If you are not receiving our monthly newsletter, you really do need to register for it. We're not going to email you more than once a month. Really, it's overkill if it's anything more than that. So once a month with an update on when campaigns are released, promotions are out, incentives are up, things like that. But more importantly, when the campaigns are released, because what happens when Travel2 puts a campaign together, they also put together microsites and flyers that are based on those campaigns. So you will only know about the release of that campaign if you're either talking to one of us or you're getting that newsletter. So you can request that newsletter right here, US and then Canada. We also will have the links in your follow-up email, which you'll receive either later tonight or tomorrow morning, and that will have a link for you to register. So if you're not receiving news, please do so. And then that way, when we release a campaign, you can say, yep, I'm ready, let's go. I'm going to go download my custom marketing material and get it out to market as soon as possible. It's just going to help in your daily marketing efforts in getting the announcement out there that these are products that you specialize in. So one of them is a microsite. Now, if you were to click on microsites right now, we actually do have 2 Tahiti microsites. Now, sadly, the Embrace the Power of Mana in Tahiti ends on the 10th of December. So it's really not around for all that much longer. If you are looking at getting something out today for just a spot promotion for the next couple of days, then yes, you can use it. But what we're going to look at is this Romance Tahiti. Now, like I said, our romance campaign is going to be refreshed for January. So right now, what we're showcasing are some simple packages in Tahiti. So when you click Customize this site, it shows up just like this. Now, of course, I built this from my profile, so it's got my details on it. But your branding would all be on this site. And it's a mini website that you can distribute to the market and let them know that these are products that you're booking. Now, when you do download it, you'll have a URL, and that's unique to your profile. So if you lose this URL, it's not a problem. You just go back into the advisor site, click Customize again, and you'll get the exact same URL because it's based on your profile. Now, I have advisors here in Canada that will download microsites and send that URL out to clients to say, hey, check out my new Tahiti site. I have advisors that build e-signatures out of them by simply hyperlinking an image to make it clickable for clientele to lead them to these sites. If you're not sure how to do that, reach out to your representative from Travel2. We can help you with that. It's very easy. And in fact, when I'm helping an advisor with that, we hop online like we are right now, and I show you how to do it so that you know how to do it in future. So it's very easy. So you'd have your unique URL that you can use, whether it's in conversation or in promotions. Of course, your email, your phone number, and your brand here as well. And then all the packages are below that are within this one program. Now, looking at the first package, your clients would click View Package, and the screen grays out, and this little pop-up comes up. Tells them what the package is, what the inclusions are, what the travel dates are, what the book by date is, USD, CAD, USD terms, and CAD terms. So that's all the information that they get, and it is all built with the idea of simplicity because we want your phone to ring. So they're going to have to call you for any other questions. But we are going with all the international marketing guidelines, so everything they absolutely have to know is on here. But we do want them to call you for questions. Now, you can get the flyers as well. So say you've downloaded your microsite, now you want to get the word out that you're doing this, you can download a flyer and send it out to clients and say, hey, here's a flyer of some promotions and here's a link to my site. You know, things like that, just to keep that conversation going with clients. Now, when you click Customize Flyer, you're going to put in your destination and your currency, and all the flyers come up. When you pick the flyer you want, you click Customize this flyer, and it shows up in your browser like this. Now it lists your contact details here and your brand right here. From this site, you can print, save, or email. So if you're running out to, say, a wedding show and you need flyers, well, you can hop onto Travel2, print a bunch of flyers off, and away you go. You don't have to think twice about it. Or say you have clients that don't know what they want to do yet. They know they want to go to Tahiti, but they don't really have any ideas. You can download this flyer and email it off to them and say, hey, here's a starting point. Have a look at this. And it will open up that conversation to get a more in-depth itinerary from them. And of course, you can save it on your desktop for further use as well. Now, our online brochures, the ones that feature Tahiti would be our vacation planner. Now, if you don't have a copy of this, you can request one online, but it's just as easy to view this planner online as well. So instead of getting a print brochure, you just click View Brochure, and it pops up in your browser. Then you've got all of your tabs, and you can pick whatever you want to look at or send to your clients. Now, Tahiti is featured in this brochure, so definitely if you don't have it, you're going to want a copy either on your desktop or in print. Now, the brochure is very easy to use. Say you wanted to email a page. Let's say it was a Tahiti page. This slide, for example, shows you a travel tip page, but let's just say it's a Tahiti page. All you have to do with this is there's a little options tab. Now, not every browser is set up the same. I'm going to show you another way to do this as well. But this is in Firefox. So if you have Firefox, you'll see a little options tab there. And when you click it, all of your social feeds and your email pops up. You can click your email, and it drops in like a link here. You can get rid of that right there, and you can just start your conversation with your client and say, click the link to see the brochure page in question. Now, if you're in a different browser, you can simply right-click the page and email the page off to clients. So pretty easy to use. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the newer things that are happening with Travel2. We do have a link on the booking tools that says online review and booking. Now, for the Canadians online, it's not been released in Canada yet, but most of you I've talked with in the last several months, and you know that it is coming in 2019. There is a video demo here on how to use this, and what this system is an online booking system that feeds directly into our product system. So when you're using this, you're going to be able to make your own bookings and make them a lot quicker than getting a quote, because we have a turnaround time of 24 to 48 hours, and that's simply because we have quite the volume of calls that are coming in and quotes that are being done. But if you have a simple booking that you just need to process, you can jump online and do it yourself. It's very easy. And it's pulling the live inventory, so you're going to see what's available, what's not available, and what's on request. And it's a pretty easy build. Like, it'll show you transfers, accommodation, tours, and so on and so forth. You're also going to be able to see a price breakdown with it. So you'll have an agent view and a client view. Your client view is a packaged price, but your agent view gives you your net and gross. That as you're building the itinerary and looking at our system, you're seeing pricing. So that will help you stay within your budget guidelines as well. So it's going to be a very good tool for you to use. Now, we are still loading some products to it, so it's still a work in progress, but we will announce it here in Canada when it's ready, and I know in the U.S. it is ticking along, and they're just loading more product for you as we speak. Now, not to forget that we are also part of UMapped and Access. This is your mobile-friendly itineraries, where we just send you a PDF. You're going to upload it to your user account, and your clients have their documents on their mobile devices. Very quick and easy to use. They don't need to travel with internet services because it is a PDF. But if they do tether off the hotel Wi-Fi, certain things become clickable, like local maps, things to do around the property, stuff like that. So it is actually a very useful tool outside of just their itinerary. You can also message through these apps to your clients, so it makes it a little easier. So if you have a schedule change in your GDS that you need to share with them or anything like that, you can talk with them quite easily. Now, with keeping this in mind, we do still do documents as well, and we've just actually done a new document wallet, which is really, really beautiful. It's the Travel2 Blue, and it has more of an Aboriginal painting on it, which is quite nice. And that's for files that are $5,000 or more in value. And quite frankly, that's most of your files. Now, we understand most providers are giving you e-docs, but you're taking your time to take that e-doc and make documents anyway. So this is a service that we want to do for you and that we have been doing for you since forever. And it's simply to save you the time so that you can move on to your next file. Know that you're getting a document presentation from Travel2. Now, we are going into 2019, so this is the last time we're talking to you before the new year. So we wanted to let you know that there are some things that are changing One of which is those of you who know Mark Punchin. Mark Punchin is no longer with Travel2. We have a new president at the helm, and his name is Stephen Marshall. Comes to us from ATS and past history with Tourism New Zealand as well. Very nice guy. Some of you will meet him at some of the events, I'm sure, in the U.S. For the Canadians, sadly, you may not see him until it comes to possibly our highlight nights. Now, some other news is we are very excited to tell you that we were able to find some cost-saving aspects in our internal business at Travel2 that has ultimately allowed us to reduce pricing in Australia and New Zealand. So you should be seeing that now. You should be noticing the difference. We should be lower than our competitors. And if we're not, please go to your representative from Travel2 and we will look into that for you. So it's quite a dramatic cost reduction. So just something to keep in mind. Now, when it comes to the islands, because Islands in the Sun is part of our family of brands, it was the first operator for the islands. So our pricing, our negotiating power is unbelievable. So our pricing should be lower than competitors. If you are finding that we're higher in some of those islands, so Tahiti, Fiji, or Cook Islands, please let us know, because it means there's something wrong and there's either a contract that needs to be fixed or possibly something in the back end of our system. Like I said, our romance campaign starts in January and it runs through to the end of April. We're going to do some webinars on this in the coming months, and it will feature Tahiti, Fiji, Cook Islands, Maldives, Thailand, Bali, and Queensland, the islands along the east coast of Australia. So a really great, very large campaign. And what makes it unique from all the other campaigns out there are all the value adds. So we've talked with our partners, our hoteliers, tour companies, so on and so forth, and we have all these amazing value adds that you're able to offer your clients. We actually have a link on our website that will list the amenities once they're available as well. And there are things like pearls on arrival in Tahiti, or champagne on arrival, early and late checkouts, a tour for two, it could be a gift on arrival, or it could be a spa treatment. Like, the list goes on and on. There's tons of value adds during those 4 months of campaign. So just know that when we release that, it should be around mid-January, and you'll have flyers, new flyers, and a new microsite that you can download. We are revitalizing Trip, and I'm going to tell you all about that in a moment. We will be providing new destinations. So I've had a chat with our VP, Justine, and she tells me that Seychelles and Mauritius are coming online in 2019 with us. So we are extremely excited about that, and we will launch that through our newsletter. So again, be sure to register on the newsletter. New webinar lineup will be announced soon. Now, we don't have the lineup fully confirmed as of yet, but there will be one in January, probably around the 11th of January. And it will be around our romance campaign. So I will let you know by email when that invite is ready to go. Like I said, Tango's online for the U.S. now, and it will be released in 2019 for Canada. The Amazing Aussie Adventure. Now, this is tied into Trip. Trip is our incentive, travel rewards incentive program. And the Amazing Aussie Adventure is a famille that we've been running for the last 4 or 5 years, where we take 40 advisors from North America over to destination. Now, we're going to continue this idea, but we are completely reformatting it. And even the name is going to change. It could be Amazing South Pacific. We're not quite sure just yet, but we're opening it up to be across our destinations. So that is a huge, huge piece of news for you guys this year. Top trip sellers during the incentive periods for the Amazing Aussie Adventure, soon to be a new name, will be invited to join for free. So this is a major change. Our Amazing Aussie Adventure in the past has always been $999 US or $999 Canadian. So now for that one fam, now we're going to run several FAMs through the year, but that one big FAM that we run is our Trip Incentive FAM, and anybody who's invited on that, we have decided to drop the cost and it's now $999, or sorry, it's now free. So we've dropped $999 and it's now free. So huge news. We will tell you more about that when the newsletter comes out for that incentive, which should be in January. So Travel Rewards Incentive Program, if you're not already registered for this, the link will be on your follow-up email, and I highly encourage that you do so. It's a one-time registration. You don't ever have to think about it again, because us reps will monitor the business on our end. So you don't have to tell us every time you make a sale and anything like that. We're monitoring the reports. The top seller will continue in 2019 to get a $50 visa each month. So a different top seller each month. And we will have other FAMs throughout the year at the cost of $999. I will let you know when those FAMs are announced, but the big annual FAM, like I said, is going to be free, so that is huge. Now, we are currently running a FAM right now in Tahiti at the Tourism Tahiti Exchange, and that's where our suppliers are that we're supposed to be here today. So they're showing some of our advisors around their properties as we speak. That's the last FAM of the year. So in 2019, we'll have a whole new slew of FAMs that we will announce through our newsletter. Okay, so top sellers for, and forget September is even there because we already announced September at our October webinar. So the top sellers for October and November are Candace, Great Canadian, Annie, The Travel Group, Tracy, Time of Your Life, Debbie, Middleton Travel, Cindy, Alice Travel Worldwide, Shelley, Ford's World, Sue, Camelback Odyssey, Heather, Montrose Travel, Linda, Travel Planners, and Meredith at Edgewood Travel. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for your support over the past few months. It's been incredible, and we are rewarding you with a $50 Visa gift card that is in the mail and on the way to you as we speak. So congratulations, everyone. Keep up the great work, and we look forward to working with you in 2019. Okay, I hope you had your ears open and that you were listening to every little word that Andrew and I were saying, because I'm going to ask you some questions now. Now, I've actually done a round of sales calls, and I've had a couple people say, oh, people type so fast and I can't get my answer in on time. So I'm going to change this up just a little bit. So when I tell you to stop answering, okay? So what I'm going to do is when I give you a question, Andrew, are you still on the line?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to ask them a question, and you're going to give me a number before I ask that question. And whoever is that number is going to be the winner. So let's cap it at, say, 15. That should give people plenty of time. So numbers 1 to 15. Okay, so for our first question, Andrew, what's the number?
6.
Okay. The sixth person to answer this question is going to win a $5 Starbucks card. Okay. The question is, what island is Manava Suite on? Okay, start answering. And stop. And the sixth person had it wrong, so I'm going to give it to the seventh person. Maria Runco. Tahiti was the answer. Maria Runco was the winner. So thank you so much, Maria, for answering that. Your $5 Starbucks card will be in the mail very soon. I'm just going to take down your name. Okay. Andrew, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Give me a number of 1 to 15.
Number 10.
Okay. 10th person to answer this question is going to win. What island is Manava Beach on? And go. And stop. Okay. So the 10th answer, or 10th person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, and the 10th person got it wrong. So the next person in line is Lynn Beriner. Congratulations, Lynn. Your Starbucks card is on the way. I'm just writing your name down. Give me a second. Beriner. Okay. Andrew, what's the number?
All right, let's go fastest finger first. Number 3.
Okay, number 3. Third question is, when does our romance campaign start? And stop. Okay, third person to answer, Amanda Drexler. Congratulations, Amanda Drexler. I will have a credit card, or a Starbucks card out to you very soon, Amanda Drexler. Okay, Andrew. Fourth question, what's the number?
Okay, number 12.
Okay, 12th person to answer this question. How many presidential suites does the Conrad have? And stop. Okay, 10th person is Stephen Atley. Stephen Atley, Stephen Atley? No, Stephen, I said it right. It is our winner, Stephen Atley. Congratulations. All right, last one, Andrew. Give me a number.
Number 5. Number 5 for number 5.
Okay, number 5 for number 5. Fifth question is, what is the name of our incentive, our Travel2 incentive? And stop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lisa, I never say your name right properly at the end there, Lisa. Andrew, Lisa's last name is Ross
Muscle. Lisa Ross Muscle.
Thank you. So sorry, Lisa, but she knows me well. I know she doesn't mind. Okay, so Lisa, you are our lucky winner for the 5th question. So thank you very much for answering that, and thank you everyone for taking part in that. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so on with the rest of our presentation. Questions. There should be some questions out there. Let's just have a look. We'll do our best to get to all of the questions, but if we don't get to all of them, I do apologize. We can get to them simply by email, if I can find the questions here. Andrew, can you see questions on your side?
No, I can't.
I know there were a lot in there. I just can't get the question box to open back up. Okay, bear with me, everyone. Okay, sorry everyone, for whatever reason, the pop-up box for the questions is not working today. So what I'm going to do is all of us reps are going to divvy up your questions and we're going to answer them by email, because I know there were quite a few in there, and I do very much apologize that I can't see them right now. Okay, like I said, our campaign romance is coming up. We will have all new flyers for you. If you want more training though, we do actually have all of our past webinars on YouTube. So I'll make sure there's a link of that on your follow-up email, but more importantly, on the advisor site, there's a link to it as well. It's called Destination Training. When you click on that, you'll see past webinars, and then it goes to our YouTube channel, and all the past webinars for 2018 are there. So don't pay any attention to promotions. It's more about learning and training on the destinations, but you can certainly do that on our YouTube channel. Now, that brings us to the end of our presentation, so I do want to thank you so much for taking the time today to learn a little bit more about some of the SPM properties as well as the Conrad, and learn about what's going to be happening in 2019 with us. And for those of you that we won't have the opportunity to talk to before 2019, I'd like to say happy holidays, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday with your families, and a happy new year. We look forward to working with you in 2019. And I'm going to ask Andrew to pop back on. I'm sure that you want to say goodbye to everyone as well, Andrew.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for joining us today. It was a lot of fun as always. Thanks, Leia, for putting it all together and doing the bulk of the presentation. And yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. Thank you, everyone, for hanging on to listen to a little bit more of the Polynesian music. And again, it was a wonderful time being able to showcase Tahiti for you. Have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you in the new year. Take care. Bye.